Give more than you get. Reap less than you sow. Listen more than you speak. Realize more than you know. Calm much more than agitate. Question more than comply. Hold yourself to higher standards. Extinguish every lie.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Conversations with Jen, with your hosts Marvin Schneider and Jen Ward, and our very special guests today, Kitty and Bud. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
We're very honored to have Kitty and Bud as guests on this episode, and in particular because we're going to be featuring a song that Kitty and Bud put together, but Bud is doing instrumentals and vocals, called Integrity's Blueprint, in which, Bud, you put music to one of Jen's poems called Integrity's Blueprint. How did that come about?
It was very spontaneous. I think Jen had just posted the poem and Kitty read it, and Kitty's reaction was, "Hey Bud, come in here and check out this poem. It would make a great song." And so I came in and I looked at it and I loved the words, and I could see a pattern and a cadence and rhythmically already in the words. And so I took the words out to my studio and I sat down and I tried the key of D first, because that's a good key for me to sing in. And it just immediately this came to me, dun 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 da da da, dun 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 da da da. Right, so I did it with the key of D, and I put in that A chord just to change it up, and it really had a nice rhythm. And I did the whole poem just like that the first time. And then I thought, I could keep it in the same key, but make it into it more like a second verse, where the calm much more than agitate and the question more than comply. So I took the key and I dropped it down a half step, and then I put in a few other chords to round it out, to bring it back to the key of D. So that's what I did to break up the song kind of into two parts, and then I wrote a little chorus to intertwine in between the verses.
I love the chorus.
I do too. It's really sweet. And it really makes it and stuff. So did you feel like, okay, so for people who don't know, we're co-parents of a forest, right? So I had a forest growing at this rental house and the landlords were going to come and cut down my forest. And so I had a weekend to find a home for him. And you live, how many states away? You live like 6 hours away from me, right?
A good 6-7 hours.
Yeah. So I told Kitty about my trees, and she got right in the car herself, drove all this way, and we found this tree expert to bundle up all the trees. And there was like 81 trees you took, right?
Yeah. And some of them were like 20, 15 feet tall. 20.
Yeah.
And they're living.
Yeah.
But what would be the odds of me picking up the trees and having a person at my house with an excavator who helped me dig up the dirt to put the trees in?
Well, what's really interesting is, see, I truly believe that trees are sentient beings. And because I believe in them so much, I believe that they can maneuver things this way. And I do believe that trees choose who they want to live with them, and they choose their own caretakers. And I think they've arranged it very nicely for you. And what I was going to tell you is, this is going to sound like new territory for a lot of people, but guess who wrote that song? It came through me, but trees write songs, and trees write in that cadence. That's the trees cadence. And a lot of John Denver songs, I was in the woods and I sing John Denver songs to the trees when I'm in hiking, and they actually told me that they wrote that song. They go, "Thank you, we wrote that." And so, so John Denver is very talented at listening, but it's the trees who create the songs and everything. So I was wondering.
There's always something new to learn on genuine healing.
I'm always learning.
So,
Love
but so did you feel like the trees inspired you to do that?
Well, there's no doubt that the music just came to me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't spend a lot of time. The melody came right away. And then I made that one little change just to give it a little more flair.
Mm-hmm.
And then the chorus just dropped into my lap too. So it was literally in a matter of an hour, I think, that I had it
So
all pretty much ready.
Would you say, Bud, that that's unusual for you? Because in my experience, creative people have a almost innate ability to tap into direct knowingness. And it's like, they're just in the zone and they create. And then quite often they say after the fact that they don't know where it came from.
That's exactly what has happened to me. I've written some songs in the past myself in a matter of an hour.
Mm.
And I still play them today. And then I've have songs that I started 20 years ago that I really haven't ever finished. And
Okay.
But they're somewhere there in the back of my mind, so.
So here's a technique for you. Have you gotten more creative lately? Are you in a creative flow right now?
Yeah.
The trees are helping you. So what I think you should do after this is go out in the yard with your guitar and sing that song to them.
Okay.
And then you should take them and sing to them those old songs that you're getting blocked with and say,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to finish these. Can you help me? And so take all those old songs that have been piled up and have been blocked and help them do that. And you prove for yourself how creative trees are and get back to us. Okay.
You're not going to be surprised to know that I did that. Yeah. I had a song and it's called "We Will Stand." And it was an unfinished song and it's an old song. And recently, well, I would say a few months ago now, I pulled it back out and Kitty had told me about the trees. And so with "We Will Stand," as a stand of trees, I wrote a verse about the trees. And it's in the song now.
It's a tree singing about themselves. What are the
That's
words?
cool. Let me think. It's
Do you have it on your hard drive?
yeah. Let me look on my brain on hard drive here.
Because maybe a few months ago, you had told me that to have Bud go outside and to go underneath one of we have big maple trees because we live in the middle of Vermont, and so there's lots of trees around us, and so he went out there. I guess he listened.
Yeah, this is the verse. Like the sunlight feeds the trees, we will put our minds at ease. Like the gentle blowing breeze, we will change the way we see. So that's one of the new verses I put into a very old song.
They were
Fantastic.
they were talking to you. What they were doing there was giving you the experience of how they are relaxed and in the moment, and they were like giving that to you to download to other humans through your music. And so that's what this song, Integrity's Blueprint. So Marvin is here, and his purpose before he even met me was to upgrade business. And when we met, we knew we both had the same goal. Not that I want to do all the talking, but integrity is very important and business is lacking it. And what Marvin is doing is Marvin holds the highest vibration of integrity possible on the planet. And he's putting it back into humanity. That's one thing. And when I see Marvin is like, in his full adept form, Marvin is looking over the blueprints of of the higher worlds and figuring out how to manifest them. So I see him inwardly overviewing the blueprints. So Integrity's blueprints are you guys catching that, the intention, and just helping feeding that out into humanity with that song. It's just so beautiful.
Can I ask this, Jen? Did you, and I should know the answer to this, so I'm really ashamed that I don't know the answer to this, but did you write Integrity's blueprint after you met me or before?
No,
Is it an old?
I don't even remember what year it says on it.
All right.
2014. is when
Okay,
it-
so, all right, so
Yeah.
well before. Okay, so
Mhm.
I'm wondering if you had the vision then and just the pre-knowingness.
Baby, I think I had the vision all along, but it's like I know as I go kind of thing, because I would have gone insane if I would have known what I had to do in this lifetime, you know?
Mm.
So they just feed
Mm.
me along, the adepts just feed me along. And probably
Yeah.
the same with Adept and Kitty. But in Kitty, you probably don't realize how important your music is going to be, or else it would be too intense. And all the blockages you've met up until now, it's so frustrating that like you guys do this music every single week, and you're uplifting people all through the, and it's like, isn't it frustrating? It feels like nobody hears you.
Well, our fans are called Budheads. And our Budheads, we have, so what Jen is talking about is when COVID occurred, Bud began to go live on Facebook. On March 22nd, we started, and Bud went live every even weekday at 4:20, from 4:20
Wow.
to 6.
Right.
Religious.
And then summer came, and I needed to tend to my trees outside
In the garden.
in the garden, and so we cut down to every even weekday at 4:20. And then the school year came, and we scaled that back to every Friday at 4:20. So now with COVID lifting up, and this is all on his Facebook page, Kind Buds, Kind Dubs. And this summer, we are now doing the final Friday of the month at 4:20.
Okay.
And we have a core group of 30 people that tune in from all over the world. We have from Norway, we have from Seattle, Washington, Boston, Vermont, all over the world, people tuning in, and we've created this little community.
Mhm.
And so we're up to 115 shows that Bud's put on.
Amazing.
That's amazing. And so, but how would you like to have like an audience of 10,000 regularly, and then
Sure.
100,000?
I just got
Yeah.
chills.
So we're hoping that the people who enjoy my work will appreciate the work you guys are doing. And what's really exciting for me and you is you guys obviously know your soulmates, right? I mean, obviously. So it's really beautiful to see the synergy and you guys working together. It just reminds me of I was skeptical about soulmates myself, and I didn't think I had anyone out there. Wasn't attracted to anything. I was just doing the work, and I thought I was a monk or just whatever. But it's like when the right person comes, and I see how much you guys work together with the music and the trees and the gardening and everything. It's just so magical for other people out there to see what soulmates look like, so they can have a representative of that. That's another reason why we wanted to have you guys here.
Yeah, I absolutely echo that. It's amazing. And then the video production work that you two do together is very professional. I was just blown away when I saw it.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Just an amazing piece. You know what, I think the audience would be fascinated, the listeners would be fascinated to hear a little bit about your story, how you came together and how you got to where you are. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, Kitty and I met in college, and
It was love at first sight.
and
We've been together ever since.
that's right. And actually, we were tested with a long distance relationship for a while, because
Wow.
I was out of school 2 years ahead of her. And I came to work up here in Vermont, and she was still in school, and we kept it together for those couple of years. And so we knew it was meant to be. And Kitty's always been a dancer, and so that's one of the loves of her life. And now she gets to dance as part of our show.
Absolutely.
I've been
So
honing my
cool.
guitar skills for. I was actually a trumpet player when I was in
wow.
grade school and in high school. So I had a lot of music. My dad's a barbershop singer. My family on his side was very musical. So I've always had music and the love of songs in my heart. And when I went to college, I brought my trumpet, but I didn't play it too often in the dorm room. But my
For
roommate had a
obvious
guitar.
reasons.
Right. My roommate had the guitar, and I started to fiddle with that. And I started writing music way back in the 1980s, although I never really performed it live until later in my career. I was in bands. I was in a couple different duos. I played with another guy named Bud, so we were the Bud and Bud, the kind buds. That was how that all about to be. It was kind of funny and catchy at the same time.
They were long lost twins separated at birth by a few years and many miles. That was our spiel, because they were
Right.
very in sync with each other.
Yeah, we had a silver thread between us or something. We had a good special thing going for a good run. We had a good long run, and then he ended up moving and needed more time for himself. And we had got to the point where we were doing a lot of touring, and so he needed to take some time off, and I went on soloing, and then when COVID came about and we didn't have venues to go perform at, we started doing these online shows, and that's really kind of been our medium for the past year now, year and a half.
And so post-COVID, are you intending to continue the live streaming format?
Yep. We're going to at least do once a month. So we're going to do the last Friday of each month now on
Yep.
Facebook still.
Yep.
But I've started going out and playing live. And we're going to a big festival this weekend with a lot of different bands. And so we're slowly getting back into it. But we also enjoy the summer here in Vermont with our gardening and tending to our chores here. So this will be our first big trip out actually this weekend.
Fantastic.
Will you be playing Integrity's Blueprint? Oh,
I think I'm going to, yes.
that's awesome.
Yes.
I keep singing Integrity's Blueprint in my head.
Me too.
Yeah. And I just think it's really exciting, because I think, wouldn't it be wonderful for everybody to just be singing your words to everybody else all the time?
Well, yeah, what's amazing about that is, like, I don't think people actually know what integrity is anymore. So I think that was the purpose of the song. It's like it catches in your head like that, and it's actually programming the collective of what you do. You give more than you take. You sow more than you reap, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
all
yeah.
those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so I think that's amazing. It'd be cool if you could get it catch you with the young people, because they really need to get what integrity is.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we'll try.
Well, you are doing it. It's just amazing.
Yeah. It's out there.
Well, we're honored to be able to feature Integrity's Blueprint on the Genuine Healing YouTube channel and Conversations with Jen. Can you let the listener know how they can find you, your various handles and so on?
Well, if you're on Facebook, I have a page on Facebook called Kind Buds, Kind Dubs. That's a play on the Kind Buds, because when we stopped being a duo, I started using a looper pedal, which is a recording device on the floor. So when I sing a song, I record my guitar playing live in that moment. And then I can come to the end of the phrase and I can kick that recording on and play along to my own music. And actually, you'll see it in the video when I do a short little lead toward the end of Integrity. You'll see I did a little lead, and you'll still hear the strumming in the background because I used a looping pedal.
Got
so
it.
It's almost like a one-man duo.
Got it.
Yeah.
So that's
Fantastic.
called
And that's
yeah.
Dubs, right?
Got it.
So we were the Kind Buds, and then I thought I'd become Kind Dubs as a soloist.
as an act.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
And then you have a
We'll put-
website.
Right. And then our website is thekindbuds.com. And you'll find some of my history there with the other Bud. And then I also have one of my own pages on there.
So if you click on solo, you'll go to Bud's page.
Right.
And you have a
Got it.
YouTube channel too.
Yeah. If you search for Kind Bud on YouTube,
One kind, is it?
One Kind Bud, maybe. Yeah. There's some videos there too. Facebook has really been a very powerful medium for us this year,
Good. That's
getting
good.
shows out, and having people tune in regularly and say they look forward to it, because they all can chat, say hi to each other as I'm performing. They are all doing their chatting on the
I
side.
noticed that. There's like
Yeah.
a community there, a cyber community.
That's
Is
what it's
it-
become.
Now, is there any way to download your music or to like buy a song from you?
Mhm. If you go to my website, thekindbuds.com, there are links there to buy a live recording I did about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago now. It's got a lot of original songs and then some covers too of other artists that have always inspired me.
And on Facebook, all Bud's past 115 sessions are videotaped. So if you want to see what we do like a show, you can go to Facebook and under videos, click on the
Mhm.
videos and see our shows, our live shows.
That's amazing. It's so inspiring. Thank you both so much, Kitty, Bud. We're very honored to feature Integrity's Blueprint. And please stay tuned and listen right to the end. It's amazing. You're amazing people. Thank you so much.
We
Thank you.
love you guys. We love you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Mwah.
much.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Give more than you get. Reap less than you sow. Listen more than you speak. Realize more than you know. Calm much more than agitate. Question more than comply. Hold yourself to higher standards. Extinguish every lie. Dream bigger than attainable. Realize your own worth. Create thoughts of originality. Celebrate every birth. Lead when there needs leadership. Follow when it seems best. Acknowledge greatness in us all. Ignore everything that's left. It's Integrity's blueprint, drawn up just for you. Integrity's blueprint, genuine and true. Have a higher calling, know a greater truth. Have the wisdom of experience, flexibility of youth. Cheer the world to victory, if only in your mind. Make changes you envision, forgive those running blind. It's Integrity's blueprint, drawn up just for you. Integrity's blueprint, genuine and true. compass. Do everything you can to uplift the cause of humanity by loving the hearts of man. It's integrity's blueprint, drawn up just for you. Integrity's blueprint, genuine and true. It's integrity's blueprint, drawn up just for you. Integrity's blueprint, genuine and true. Genuine and true. Genuine and true.